Hey guys, welcome back to Class with Cass, where I give you the hottest tips and tricks on living your best student life. For those of you who don't know, my name is Cassandra. I got into all 8 Ivy League universities and every single college that I applied to, so I really want to just pass all my knowledge on to you guys, what I learned through this process, what worked for me, and hopefully what will work for you. So some of you who have been following me for a while, you know that I've released videos breaking down my own essays. I read my own essays out loud and tell you what I think worked about them. I broke down my Yale essay, my Harvard essay, my COMAP, of course, Columbia, Stanford, Penn, more to come on that end. But today I thought I would do something a little bit different. So life in many ways has gotten a lot easier with a new invention, which I'm sure many of you guys have used before, ChatGPT. Now, for me, it's helped me in my writing, coming up with character names and locations, generating descriptions. It's even helped me plan my travel to Japan, and it's a very useful tool. However, there's been a lot of recent concern that it could be used to turn in, college kids could use it to turn in their essays. And that got me thinking, what would happen if I asked the machine to generate me a Common App essay? So today, instead of breaking down one of my own essays, I'm going to break down ChatGPT's essay, and this is what it generated about. I didn't ask it. All I put into the machine was generate me a Common App essay under 500 words. I didn't want it to be too long. It chose the topic of music. So let's take a look. So it starts off, the final notes of the piano piece resonated through the concert hall, leaving me with a profound sense of fulfillment. Okay, not too bad as an opening hook. I like that it starts with something image-based, something sensory-based. I don't know if I like the second half of the sentence, leaving me with a profound sense of fulfillment. Why? Because I think when you start off the essay, you shouldn't already be in a place of fulfillment. What I mean is this. I think there needs to be growth and change throughout the essay. So if any place there is this sense of fulfillment, in this case, in the music itself, it really should come off at the end. I think I would have preferred this writer to start off with a sense of challenge, something that is not quite right, instead of dwelling on the fullness and the beauty of it, which we'll get to, of course, but at the end of the piece, we want to earn that sense of fulfillment. It goes on to say, music had always been an integral part of my life, but that particular performance marked a turning point, a moment when I realized the profound impact music had on my personal growth and development. Okay, so this is a critique that I'm going to have often throughout this essay, and it's just the nature of the beast, right? It is so general that it doesn't really point us to anything specific. So in this case, ChatGPT wrote this particular performance. Well, I would ask ChatGPT to show and not tell, what about this particular performance, defined that change and made music that much more meaningful in this writer's life. And I want to be a part of this performance. I want to feel it. I want to smell it. I want to hear it. I want to experience all the sensations that you as the writer experienced as a performer. I want to be brought into your world, and there's no better place to do this in the essay than in the beginning. You really want to hook your reader in. You want to bring them in using, the 5 senses. So what ChatGPT has written here is a really good goal to strive towards, that basically when your reader reads this intro part, you understand that, yes, this is a profound turning point in this musician's career, and 2, has made a lot of impact on their personal growth. Yes, that is the goal that we are striving towards. That's what we want the reader to implicitly understand, but not explicitly say. So I always tell my students, it's good to write out sentences like these, because it basically acts as a guiding factor, a guiding light for you to write towards. You want your essay to implicitly give off that feeling and that understanding, that meaning, but you don't want to lay it out for your audience. You want the audience to come to their own conclusion. So in this case, I would hope that whatever story that I'm telling would demonstrate the personal growth. Therefore, I don't have to write it out explicitly. Okay, and then it continues, and we'll get a little further this time. My journey with music began in my early childhood when my parents introduced me to the piano. Initially, it was just another extracurricular activity, but as I continued my lessons and discovered the joy of creating melodies, it became much more. The piano became my sanctuary, a place where I could express myself without uttering a single word. However, my connection with music extended far beyond personal enjoyment. In high school, I joined the school orchestra, where I learned the power of collaboration and the beauty of harmonizing with others. Music became a universal language that transcended cultural and linguistic barriers, evoking emotions, uniting communities, conveying messages beyond words. Okay, let's stop there. I like that we go back in time a little bit to show the genesis of this passion. I wonder, to me, I would ask this student, like, what about that first moment, that first memory that you remember experiencing the joys of the piano? Can you bring us into that memory and why it's so important to you? So first encounters, first impressions, that's always a great place to begin a story. I do like this sentence that the piano became my sanctuary, a place where I could express myself without uttering a single word. I do like that because it demonstrates like why this person is so passionate about piano. I wish it was juxtaposed with what this person felt like away from the piano in the social world. Like, what does this person need sanctuary from? Yeah, that's what I feel like it's missing. So ChatGPT goes on to say that he joined the school orchestra, learned the power of collaboration and the beauty of harmonizing with others. I would ask this writer, how? How did you learn the power of collaboration? And in this case, you know, you're talking about your actual orchestra team members. I would always encourage my students to name drop their fellow players or fellow classmates. You know, when you drop a name and then you connect it to someone real, suddenly the story becomes much, much, much more specific to you and your experience in that orchestra. So in this case, I'd ask my student, like, tell me about the times that you had difficulty collaborating with others, or tell me about a time where all these different instruments came together and created a glorious harmony. What piece were you playing? So these questions that I'm asking, I really want to push students to get specific. And there's so much more depth you can go into in these details that will serve, you know, the overall reading experience. I would also encourage students to actually use jargon. So let's say your essay is about a passion, a hobby that you have. Use the jargon from that field, from that passion or hobby, and don't be afraid that your reader won't understand it. I mean, it's true, we probably won't understand it, but the purpose of having jargon in there shows that you are truly a master of what your passion is. In this case, I would ask my student to write as if they're writing to another music professional. Don't worry about whether or not your reader will understand it or not. Just bring us into your world more. Don't be afraid to get specific with your jargon. All right, continuing. My involvement in the orchestra taught me the value of discipline and perseverance. As the demands of rehearsals and performances increased, so did my commitment to honing my skills. Countless hours were dedicated to practice, often at the expense of leisure time and social outings. All right, all of this, what ChatGPT is going for, is great. However, I would ask this student to revise it to really show us and bring to life the struggle. You want to make the ending worth it. You want to bring us through an emotional journey with a beginning, middle, and end. And in like a movie, when you have the rising action, there's like a lot of struggle and challenges that your protagonists face, right? So that's this portion of this essay. I want to hear about the sleepless nights, the sweat, blood and tears, like literal sweat that you poured into, the cramp that you had in your piano fingers, the sadness on your face when you told your friends you couldn't hang out with them because you had to prepare for an upcoming concert. Like, these are the details that will make it more specific to you, and we can really feel your pain, your anguish, this thing that challenged you and made you grow. So then it goes on to say, the determination I developed through music spilled over into other aspects of my life, fueling my academic pursuits and inspiring me to take on leadership roles in various student school organizations. Beyond school, I saw opportunities to share my passion for music with others. Volunteering at local nursing homes exposed me to the transformative power of melodies on the residents. Witnessing their faces light up with joy and their spirits uplifted by the familiar tunes solidified my belief in the therapeutic capacity of music. So here's where I would caution students not to turn your Common App essay into a resume. I think that's a really major trap and something that's really easy to fall into. Remember that your admissions officers are receiving the rest of your application. They're looking at you holistically. So that includes all of your school activities and clubs and awards and honors and volunteer stuff. So why regurgitate that to us when we'll have it in list form, unless you're going to do something different with it? So in this case, ChatGPT does attempt this a little bit, is bringing us into the story of those volunteer opportunities. It talks about volunteering at a local nursing home. That's great. I would go even more specific. Is there a particular senior resident who you established a connection to through music? And how did that person's life change? Or even if it was just their demeanor changed, and by name dropping that person, and we understand like, oh, this is really specific, it feels more real. Okay, last 3 paragraphs. Moreover, my involvement in music has shaped my understanding of empathy and compassion. Through performances, I learned to listen attentively and respond sensitively to the emotions conveyed by each piece. This skill translated into my interactions with others, enabling me to empathize with their struggles and provide support when needed. Okay, I do not love any of this paragraph because it is so vague, and I don't understand really how music enables this person to empathize with their struggles. So if this was you, I would ask you for a very specific example. Looking ahead to college, I'm confident that music will continue to be an integral part of my life. I eagerly anticipate exploring new avenues of musical expression and contributing to the vibrant artistic community on campus. Whether through participating in ensembles or engaging with the local community, I aspire to leverage the power of music to foster connection, bridge divides, and inspire positive change. Okay, not bad what this machine is going for. However, this paragraph does not belong in your Common App essay. This paragraph is more suitable for an essay question that's asking like, why us? Or one of the questions that asks like, how are you going to contribute as a student onto this campus? So yeah, I don't really think this, what ChatGPT is going for suits the Common App essay, because it interrupts like the flow of the story of who you are. Yes, we want to paint a picture of who you are going to be, but because this paragraph, the way that ChatGPT has it written, is so specific to what they're going to do at the college campus, I would probably move this to a different essay. Okay, and then the final one. In conclusion, my background in music has profoundly shaped my identity and played a pivotal role in my personal growth. From the transformative power of melodies to the cultivation of discipline and empathy, music has taught me invaluable life lessons. I'm enthusiastic about bringing my passion for music to college and contributing to a community that values artistic expression and embraces the transformative power of the arts. Okay. The best way to end an essay is not by summarizing what the essay is about, because that tells your reader you don't trust them. You don't trust them to make their own conclusions. So you're spelling it out. And this is a habit that a lot of us are taught in school with the 5-paragraph essay structure, that, you know, you have a conclusion. But for your Common App essay and other essays as well, you do not need this conclusion. If I do not understand that this is what you're going for through your essay, then something is wrong. But if I'm able to read your essay, which is mostly story and narrative driven, and I have a firm understanding of who you were, who you are, and who you want to be, without you having to lay it out for us, you know, so explicitly, I consider that essay a success. So overall, I would rate ChatGPT's essay probably like a 2 out of 10. Probably the biggest reason why ChatGPT won't serve you in your essay writing journey is because like anyone could have written it, right? Like that's the point. It made it so vague and general because it doesn't know you. It doesn't know your specific struggles. Maybe I can ask it to make that up. That is very immoral. Do not do that. But for the sake of maybe my next video, I will ask it to do that and critique it there. But yeah, essentially what I say to students is, if you were to drop any part of your essay, like let's say you drop the first paragraph, let's say you drop the middle paragraph, and it doesn't have your name on it, but you drop that part of your essay at school, someone who picks it up and reads it should be able to know that you wrote it. That means every sentence, every paragraph has to be so carefully crafted that there's no way that someone else wrote it. And it's so specific to your experience, your personality, your point of view, that will immediately know that it's you. So that's how I evaluate students' essays, is when I see a sentence and I'm like, could anyone have written that? And the answer is yes, that sentence goes. I would cut it. So that is why I'm ranking this essay so low on the scale. However, there are good points. I can see the direction it's going in and what it's striving to convey. It's just all of the details, the specificity, the storytelling narrative of it is just all missing. So let me know what you want me to critique next. I still have a few essays of my own that I have to go through, so hit subscribe. You don't want to miss out on that. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.